Timurandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshurajamena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Namanistam Sapatam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Didanti Samvadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yatapatakamanam Shri Guru Vaishnavam Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Shajivam Sadvaitam Sadvaitam Varijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sadhana Lalita Shri Shavitam everyone.
Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate
Gopesha Gopikanta Radhakanta Namostate
Tapta Kanchana Gaurange Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishwanusri Devi Pranamani Hari Priye
Vanchakalpatarubhyasya
Kripa Sindhu Vayecha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha
Nama Om
Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatade Sadhine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
So, very honored to be here this evening in the presence of all of you Vaishnavas. Vaishnav means one who has accepted Krishna or one of his expansions as the goal of life. So you're all Vaishnavas. And in the presence of His Holiness Rama Govinda Maharaj. I'll speak shortly and then we'll ask Maharaj to also address you. So, the worship of Nrsimhadev, it was introduced into ISKCON. It was either in 1970 it was introduced. It's interesting because Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur didn't stress so much the worship of Nrsimhadev. Apparently, when he sent his 3 disciples to England in 1932, that was Bhakti Pramod Tirtha Maharaj, Bon Maharaj, and Samvidananda Prabhu. He gave them Nrsimhadev mantra. And apparently Srila Bhaktisiddhanta also had one disciple called Vigyan Ashram Maharaj. And he was a great devotee of Lord Nrsimhadev. When he would go to the places in South India of Lord Nrsimhadev's appearance and activities, he would faint. Great devotee of Lord Nrsimhadev. So I want to read. This is Prabhupada anecdotes. And this is how we started the worship of Nrsimhadev in ISKCON. This is spoken by Karanda Prabhu. Karanda Prabhu was one of the early managers in ISKCON. He was one of the original 12 GPC members and a very proficient manager on the West Coast, Los Angeles. Karanda Prabhu speaking. In the days when there was no Rath Yatra held in Los Angeles, the devotees used to travel en masse to San Francisco to attend the Rath Yatra there. So this would have been 1970, I understand. One morning when Prabhupada came down to the temple at his usual time, there were only a handful of devotees remaining, since most of them had already gone to San Francisco. Srila Prabhupada was to leave later that day, but to fly. Earlier that morning, someone had thrown a pipe bomb into the temple room through the back door. The bomb had exploded, shaken the building, and a few devotees had been cut with small pieces of shrapnel. Prabhupada sat on the Vyasasana and said he was now going to teach them a new mantra. He then taught the devotees the Nrsimhadev mantra, beginning with the words Namaste Narasimhaya. So this is actually how it started. He went over the words with them several times and they sang it together. Prabhupada remarked on this occasion that as his movement was now growing, the demons were becoming more envious. He said that as the Krishna consciousness movement grew, there would be attacks. But the devotees should not be afraid and should not stop from pushing on. They should chant these mantras to Lord Nrsimhadev. And then in capitals it says, Prabhupada says, Lord Nrsimhadev will always protect us. Let's just repeat that. Lord Nrsimhadev will always protect us. Lord Nrsimhadev will always protect us. Prabhupada said. Prabhupada also approved that these mantras be sent to all his ISKCON centers for the devotees to chant. So that's how it was introduced. Generally, Nrsimhadev worship is South India and not so much North India. And because Lord Nrsimhadev, of course, is in one of the Vishnu expansions, to worship Nrsimhadev, it is called Vaikuntha Bhav. Vaikuntha Bhav. So, Rupa and Raghunath, we are followers of Rupa Goswami, therefore called Rupanugas, stressed the worship of Radha and Krishna, which is more spontaneous. But that is for more advanced devotees. Now, we're not, honestly speaking, so advanced. Now, we've got to be honest and truthful. We're not really so advanced. Prabhupada introduced this, therefore we have to take it very seriously, and we have. And we sing the Nrsimhadev prayers in all of our temples, numerously throughout the day. In some temples we've installed Nrsimhadev. In Sridham Mayapur, in Germany, the Black Forest. Ujjain? Ujjain. Nrsimhadev. And other places. So Nrsimhadev worship, it's important because Prabhupada introduced it. Whatever Prabhupada introduced or said, or any example he gave, we must take very seriously, extremely seriously. So the idea was that we pray to Lord Nrsimhadev to protect this mission, and to protect this mission also means to protect the members, and that means the devotees. And our principal prayer is to protect us from material desires. That's ourselves. We protect the mission from being attacked. But actually, no outside force can diminish a spiritual mission like ISKCON. It's from within. Some problem may come. So that means individuals having anarthas, excessive pride, greed, lust, rivalry for position, So we pray to Lord Nrsimhadev like he extracted or destroyed, vanquished Hiranyakashipu, that Lord Nrsimhadev can also vanquish our material desires. And we have material desires. Don't think that we're beyond that. Kanishta Bhakta, material desires, and we are in that category, firmly. Kanishta, Majjum, Kanishta, Uttama, there's so many varieties, just like the color green. You look out of the window, how many shades of green are there? So many shades of green. So, Kanishta Bhakta, there's so many levels. But it means there is some material desires. So we pray to Lord Nrsimhadev to protect us from these material desires. And we also pray that the Lord Nrsimhadev can protect Prabhupada's personal preaching mission, the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. So the prayer we sing, Namaste Narasimhaya Prahlada Dayane Hiranyakashipu Vakshaya Silatankana Nakare. I offer my obeisances to Lord Nrsimhadev, who gives joy to Prahlad Maharaj, and whose nails are like chisels on the stone-like chest of the demon Hiranyakashipu. And then we continue to sing Yato Nishingo, Parato Nishingo, Yato Yamitato Nishinga. Bahya means outside Nishinga, Hridaya Nishinga. Hridaya means heart. Nishinga Adim Sadhanam Prapadai. Lord Nrsimhadev is here and also there. Wherever I go, Lord Nrsimhadev is there. He is in the heart and he is outside as well. I surrender to Lord Nrsimhadev, the origin of all things and the supreme refuge. And then from Dasavita, this is by Jayadev Goswami, is this Tava Kara Kamalava, what we sing also. O Keshava, O Lord of the universe, O Lord Hari, who have assumed the form of half man, half lion. All glories to you. Just as one can easily crush a wasp between one's fingernails, so in the same way the body of the wasp-like demon, Hiranyakashipu, has been ripped apart by the wonderful pointed nails on your beautiful lotus hands. Originally, Srila Prabhupada asked his disciple Jadharani to paint a picture of Lord Nrsimhadev. Pretty sure it was Jadharani. And she did this. And this was in 1967. Thanksgiving Day in 1967, Prabhupada had a heart attack. They had great trouble finding a doctor. Eventually they found a doctor, and he was slightly drunk. And he came and examined Prabhupada in 1967. So when is Thanksgiving Day in America?
November.
Huh?
In November.
That it was in June or July, so it wasn't Thanksgiving Day then. Huh?
4th of July?
4th of July, is that Thanksgiving?
Yeah, that's
Or
Independence Day.
Yeah, Independence. Anyhow, so the doctor came and he said two things. He said, you're an old man, you should do some exercise, you should walk. You should start walking a little more and do exercise. The doctors have told me also, I got to do some exercise. I think they told you also, Maharaj, do a little bit of exercise. And then they told Srila Prabhupada, the doctor told Prabhupada, and also another thing is you pray too much. You pray too much. So Prabhupada took the first instruction and rejected the second one, which means you can take advice from almost anyone. And this is a drunk doctor. So after that, they wanted Prabhupada to recuperate. And they took him to a beach house. As far as I remember, Stilson Beach, which is sort of a little bit outside of New York. And there was a piano there. And Prabhupada was sitting there just with one or two devotees, Mukunda, Jadharani. And then they found behind the piano a picture of Nrsimhadev that Jadharani had painted. And Prabhupada asked, or it came out, why is it behind the piano? Behind the piano, not on top. So apparently some of the devotees had looked at it and thought, this is terrible. This is horrible. Look at those intestines and the kidney and the bladder and the blood and the sprinkles of blood and that ferocious lion. I don't know who could have painted that. Someone must have left it there or something. So actually the devotees were horrified because they didn't understand. So then Prabhupada explained to them, they put it on top of the piano, and so Nrsimhadev is worshipful to us. He's worshipful. So that's a very nice story. There are 5 principal relationships with God. This means God, Krishna, Vishnu, Narayan, Nrsimhadev, Matsya, Ramchandra. And that is Shantaras, which is neutrality, Dasya, which is service, Sakya, friendship, Vatsalya, parental, and Madhurya Ras. Each have subdivisions. Each have so many subdivisions. So, with Lord Nrsimhadev, Vaikuntha is Dasya Ras. You can't be Nrsimhadev's friend. You can't put your hand around him and say, check you. How you doing and all. You can't do that kind of stuff with him. No? And Nrsimhadev's parents, any information? Mr. and Mrs. Nrsimhadev, the parents? It's a pillar. He came from a pillar. That's his parents. Ramchandra had the parents. Krishna has the parents. In Dwarka, Vasudeva and Devaki, and Vrindavan, Nanda Maharaj. Nrsimhadev, no parents. He just appeared. So his parents, it's the pillar. So actually there's no Vatsalya Ras in Vaikuntha with Lord Nrsimhadev. And Madhurya Ras, you might say, well, there's Lakshmi, but she's a consort. She serves him. It's not Madhurya Ras. There's only the Dasya Ras. There's only the Dasya, the servant of Nrsimhadev, and which is wonderful. Nrsimhadev can be worshipped in different ways. He has many different aspects, but 3 come to mind. The first would be when he is with Lakshmi. So that's Lakshmi Nrsimhadev. And Lord Nrsimhadev is in the quietest mood. No anger. He's with Lakshmi. Then the next one is Prahlad sitting on his lap. So the anger was there, but it's gone, because Prahlad is there. And Prahlad is appeasing Lord Nrsimhadev. That's the second. And the third mood, Ugra, is Nrsimhadev with the teeth. And he's in the process of dissecting our Hiranyakashipu. And parts of the body are flying here and there. So I mentioned there's 5 primary relationships, the 7 secondary. One of them is anger. So Nrsimhadev is exhibiting anger. Another is called Bibhatsa Ras. Of these 7, I'm just mentioning 2. One, anger, and another is Bibhatsa. Bibhatsa is gostlessness. If you go to a slaughterhouse, how will you feel? Gostlessness. you feel like vomiting. You won't be able to handle the smell. If you see a terrible road accident outside, it's called gaslessness. It's called bibatsa ras. So that's with Nrsimhadev also. But because God is involved, it's perfect. When Nrsimhadev becomes angry, it's perfect. When Hanuman becomes perfect and goes to Sri Lanka, it's perfect. But when you become angry, and the wife hits the husband, which is the usual scenario, when she gives him a slap to put him in his place, that's not divine. That's not spiritual. That's just anger. When you lose your temper with a neighbor or something, or sometimes swipe the child or something or other, So that's mundane anger. But anger can also be in the spiritual world, and there is purifying. So Nrsimhadev represented this anger, personified anger, and it was towards someone who was criticizing, punishing, trying to kill his own devotee. So declare it boldly, and my devotees never perish. You'll always be protected. But you have to understand that protection is you, and that is the soul. You are the soul. You're not this body. Sometimes Nrsimhadev may choose to protect your body, as in the case of Prahlad, but sometimes not. But when Krishna says, declare boldly, my devotees never perish, this is really referring to you, the soul. That's eternal. You never perish. You never go down to the animal species. You'll continue in your devotional service. So in conclusion, there was one very famous devotee of Lord Chaitanya. His name is Pradyumna Mishra. Pradyumna Mishra was an expansion of Lord Chaitanya. He was not even a Jiva Tattva. And he was so attached to Nrsimhadev. Nrsimhadev was his worshipful deity. The Lord Chaitanya changed his name to Nrsimhananda. So in Gaur Leela, there is this wonderful example of this pure devotee of Lord Nrsimhadev. There's a whole chapter in Chaitanya Charitamrita of Pradyumna Mishra talking of Ramananda Rai. So his name is changed to Nrsimhananda. Great devotee. So Lord Chaitanya, he said to Vasudev that Lord Prahlad has entered into you. So some of our acharyas support that. But not all of them support that. But then self-realized souls can have different visions, and we just have to accept them all. Even if a self-realized soul makes a mistake, you honor that mistake. You honor it on your head. So Nrsimhadev worship is very important. We want Lord Nrsimhadev to protect our bhakti, our devotion, and that of those around us and those we're attached to. And we want him to protect this mission, especially here in South Africa, that the society continue and flourish and expand. Nrsimhadev ki jai, Lakshmi Nrsimhadev ki jai, Srila Prahlad Maharaj ki jai, Gau Premanandi, Hari Hari Bol. So I'll ask Maharaj now to address us on this subject.
Om Ajnanatimiraandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam ददातिसादनान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांस श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादां सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणि प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Today is the most auspicious day, Lord Narasimha's appearance. Sometimes people say that Lord Narasimha appeared to kill Hiranyakashipu. Rama appeared to kill Kamsa. Krishna appeared, Sri Rama appeared to kill Ravan. And also say Lord Krishna appeared to kill Kamsa. To some extent may be true, but not fully. The Lord, by just his thought, he can create the universes. Not only just universe, along with the whole opulence, paraphernalia, living in peace. Just by thought. It doesn't do sweat anything. But that Lord, is it required for him to come to kill just one living entity? Not required. That's why Lord said, Paritranaya sadhunam vinacha tatushkutam. The primary cause of the Lord is to protect the devotee. Lord wants to give pleasure to the devotees, to protect the devotees. And since Lord has come, okay, let me do this now. Suppose you are coming from office and your home minister phone you, you know home minister, told you that we don't have these vegetables, can you bring it? You got two options. No, I am coming from office. First I come to home, then I will go to shop. Or while coming to office, you can go to shop and buy. Which one you do it? You know it. So in the same way, Lord also when appears, okay, let me do this work. Okay? In Ramayana, one very nice instance comes. When Vibhishan comes to take shelter of Lord Sri Ram. And Lord Sri Ram told Vibhishan, Angad, Hanuman, Jambavan, Nalas, Neel, everyone to discuss among you whether I should give shelter or not. They all said unanimously, no, you cannot trust. So Lord Sri Ram said that, you all said no, but I will give shelter. Because he took my shelter, I can't say no. So Sugriva was thinking in the mentally that war has not started, and he started taking independent decisions. When he wanted to take independent decision, why he told us to consult? Why he called the meeting to discuss all this? So I better, instead of fighting and losing the war, better I take my army and go back. What's the mental thinking? So Lord, being super soul, understood. Pishachan, Rachasan, Danvan said that openly, Lord Sri Ram openly said that in the entire universe, for killing the ghostly people living in the Pishachan, Yakshas, Rakshasa, and the demonic people in the universe, I don't have to take my any weapon. Angulena matra, just by showing my tip of my finger, I can kill all the demonic people in this universe. I don't need anybody help even. Then Sugriva thought, oh, I was thinking, how does he know? He said that, my Lord, I am a monkey, so my mind is not steady like yours. So what I am trying to say that to kill the Lord, he need not come, but he comes to give the pleasure. That's why Shukadeva Goswami said in the Bhagavatam, 8th chapter, 7th canto, Satyam vidhatum nijabhritya bhashitam vyaptincha bhuteshu akileshu tatmana adrushyata ati adbhuta rupamadvahan tambe sabhayam namrugan namanusham. Shukadeva Swami very clearly says that Satyam vidhatum nijabhritya bhashitam. Bhritya means servant. Devotee is always servant. So Lord appeared, why? To make the words of his true devotee servant, his words true. Why? Because Hiranyakashipu asked, on whose strength you are disobeying me? I am unable to control you. When I raise my eyebrow, all the presiding deities of all planetary system in the universe, they tremble and come running to me. And you fool, you are not afraid of me? On whose strength you are doing? Where do you get the strength? Prahlad openly said that, my dear father, the same source from where you got little strength from that source, you are able to conquer the entire universe. From the same source also getting order to protect me, myself from your atrocities. Who is that? Lord Vishnu. Where is he? Lord Vishnu. He is everywhere. I am seeing in you, I am seeing in myself, everywhere I am seeing. Lord Vishnu is there. He is in the pillar. Rama says he is in the pillar also. He knows, as Brahma says, Andantarastha Paramanu Charantarastham Govinda Krishna. Scientifically it is proved also Andantarastha. Some other time we can discuss long. So, says he is in the pillar. Prahlad Maharaj says he is in the pillar also. Immediately Hiranyakashipu took with the right hand the sword, and he told Prahlad that if I find Vishnu in this pillar, I will kill him. If I don't find, I will behead my sword. With my sword I will behead you. So saying, with the left hand fist, he hit the pillar. It was so strong. Pillar broke into pieces. From there Lord appeared. Stambhe sabhayam namragam namanisham. He appeared in what? Adrushyata ati adbhuta rupa uddhavan. He appeared in that form which has never been seen before by anyone. This is a word of surprise. Even Hiranyakashipu was thinking, who is this living entity? I am the king of all the universe. I never seen such a living entity. But before he was thinking, Lord came out and started playing with him. And I was playing also. When he dragged him, Lord appeared just after midday, and he was playing with Hiranyakashipu. Because we were waiting for the Sandhya, dusk time. Brahma had given the benediction to him. He cannot be killed in the day or night. So, dusk time, which we call Sandhya evening, we do Gayatri Japa also, that is neither day nor night. When sun is an orange in the morning and evening, that is dusk time. So Lord was playing there. Shukadeva Goswami writes that Lord was playing just Garuda sometime when he's catching the snakes, he plays with the snakes. They drag him when he was, put him on the doorway took Hiranyakashipu on his lap, that I am going to kill you. Hiranyakashipu said, you can't kill me. Why? You have never taken birth from the womb of mother? No. But I got the benediction from Lord Brahma that I cannot be killed by anyone created by Brahma. Lord said, I create Brahma, not Brahma create me. The first benediction. Keeping in like the benediction of Brahma, he killed it. But I cannot be killed by day or night. See what is no. Now it is Sandhya, dusk time, neither day nor night. But I cannot be killed in or out. And I cannot be killed in the land or in the sky. God said, neither you are where are you? You are neither in or out, you are on the doorway. Doorway, it can never be considered whether in or out. And you are on my lap. Neither you are on the land, you are not in the sky. But I cannot be killed by any living entity or dead animal. I cannot be killed by any weapon. Lord says that I don't need any weapon to kill. My fingers are enough. The nails of the fingers are enough to tear off your body. But I cannot be killed by any living or dead. Lord said, tell me, whether nails are living or dead. What's that? Nails is living or dead? If it is living, then when you are cutting, you don't feel pain. If it is living, you should feel pain or not. But you don't feel pain. If it is dead, why it is growing? So keeping all the benedictions given by Brahma, Lord, God is more intelligent than you and me. Eh? So Lord killed him. And after killing, all the demigods tried to pacify the Lord, but nobody could succeed. Even to Goddess of Fortune, Bhagavati Lakshmi also offered, when she came to offer prayers, when she saw the face of the Lord, no, he cannot, my Lord. I never saw that when my Lord is Shanta Karam, Bhujaka Shayanam, Padmanabham, Suresham. The Lord is peaceful, highly cannot. He ran away. Finally, Brahma told Prahlad, he is angered because of you, Father. Only you can pacify. He had full faith in the words of the pure devotees. Prahlad Maharaj just went and paid obeisance, touching the lotus feet of Lord Narasimha Deva. That's all. Sukadeva Goswami says, Sapada Moolam. When Lord Narasimha Deva has seen that Prahlad is paying obeisance, touching the feet, immediately pacified. Here we have to understand that all the demigods, Brahma, Lord Shiva, Indra, they are not ordinary personalities. They could not pacify because they are looking at the face of the Lord. When I am looking at the face of the Lord, it shows my ego. I am equal to you. But Prahlad Maharaj didn't look at the face of the Lord, just looking into the lotus feet of the Lord and paid obeisances. Because lotus feet of the Lord is the source of all mercy. In the third canto of the Bhagavatam, where Kapila Maharshi is explaining to the Mother Devati how to, not the see word is not proper here. Dogs also see you and me. The see is not darshan yet. Okay? So, to take the mercy, one should see the lotus feet of the Lord, then gradually come up. The feet of the Lord is the source of all the mercy. And that shows the humility also. And Lord's many wonderful teachings are there just by the action. Prahlad Maharaj teaching us. When Lord Narasimha Deva asked Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad, I am very much pleased. Ask any benediction. Prahlad Maharaj said, my Lord, are you testing me? I am taken birth in the demonic family. You are giving the illusions for. Are you testing me? But Lord said, no, I am not. I am very much pleased. So Prahlad thought that saying no again and again may not be good. And he asked a wonderful benediction. What is that? Yadidasat me devan. Yadidasat, my Lord, if you at all you want to give benediction, give me benediction that I never asked you for any material benedictions. You are getting the point. Let there be no material desires in my heart to ask you any time. And then the Lord says that, okay, if you don't want to ask any benediction, I give you. You become king of the Asura dynasty and you will rule. You will be king for the one Manvantara, long period. 4.32 million years multiplied by 72. That is the duration of one Manvantara. And Prahlad Maharaj also offered wonderful prayers. What? In this Yadidasas me Devan, there in the Prabhupada mentions, quotes the fourth verse of the Chaitanya Shastaka. To say that Prahlad Maharaj's desire was that in line with the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu teaching. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what he says, what we should ask the Lord? Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, kavitam va jagadisha kamaye, mama janmani janmani shara bhavata bhaktir hepiki tvai. I don't want anything. I want to serve your lotus feet life after life. Prabhupada quotes this verse in the third verse. And how a devotee, Parampaja Maharaj has brought a very wonderful point today. I never thought before this one. Though we are on Kanishta Bhakta, we are lowest, highest, medium and highest. Kanishta Bhakta means so that when we have the material desires, we automatically are in the Kanishta level. While any material desire, no matter how much service I put, I do service, but if I got material desire, I am a Kanishta Bhakta. Very important point for us to remember it. But how can one get out of this Kanishta Bhakta? How we can get the mercy of the Lord? Prahlad Maharaj says very nicely. 7th canto, 10th chapter, 10th verse, you can read, 9th verse, if I am not wrong. Vimunchati yadi kaman manavo manasasthitam. So, say that Vimunchati, my Lord, how a devotee can get all the opulences of yourself means like your glories. So how? When the human being, Manavo, whatever the material desire they have in their mind, they must reject them. Be freed of those material desires. Then you get all the opulence of the Lord. You become one. Means only when we, as devotees, free from the material desire, then only we become qualified for the mercy of the Supreme Personality Godhead, Krishna, Narasimha Deva. A very important point Maharaj has brought to us. We have to remember that it is not that how many years I am putting in service, but how much we are free from the material desires. Number of years of service doesn't make anything. Oh, I am 35 years devotee. If you are 35 years, why you say I am 35? Whereas the I, the capital I should have become the small I. But the I is increasing size. False ego is increasing. La Prabhupada next of instruction very clearly mentioned. Seniority doesn't depend upon the number of years service, how much is surrendered to the Lord. That is the one seniority. And also in the preface very nicely mentioned that progress in the Krishna consciousness depends upon the attitude of the devotees. So one should not take the seniority depending upon the number of years, but how much we are surrendered, how much purified ourselves. That shows the seniority. The Prahlad Maharaj teachings, when you have the time, you must read. 7th canto, 9th chapter, wonderful 48 verses offering excellent prayers, and 10th chapter also. By that we can understand what is the devotional service, how the devotees are protected. Lord Narasimha Deva asked Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad, are you not afraid of me? All these demigods, everyone, Indra, Brahma, Lord Shiva, Manu, Vidyadhara, Charana, Siddha, they are afraid of me. They don't want to come near to me. They are offering flame from the distance. Are you not afraid of me? And Prahlad Maharaj, little 5 years old boy says, my Lord, I am not afraid of you. Why should I get afraid of you? All the animals in every living entity is afraid of the lion, is it? But the cubs of the lion, they are not afraid. When the lion is roaring with anger, cubs, they can climb onto the back of the mother or father and play on them. They are not afraid. You are angry for them, not for me. I am happy. So the devotees are so dear that Lord, for the anger is not for the devotee, non-devotees anger. Okay. And Lord's incarnation is only protection of the devotees. Nothing else it is. The Narasimha Kavacham and prayers written by Ramanujacharya, I think, Lord Narasimha Deva, Sri Sampradaya recite in the temples. Wonderful prayers about what Lord Narasimha Deva does for the devotees. Every incarnation has some purpose, special purpose. And Lord Narasimha's incarnation only to give protection to the devotees, nothing else. Wonderful. So we learn from the Prahlad Maharaj importance of the devotional service, how glorious is the devotional service. Prahlad Maharaj said that, my Lord, I am taken birth in the demonic family. My body is subject to mode of passion and ignorance. But you have shown me so much mercy upon me that you have not shown to your eternal consort, wife. Lord Brahma is your son, but you never put your lotus hand on his head. Lord Shiva is your best Vaishnava, best devotee, but you never put your hand on the head of Lord Shiva. And Goddess of Fortune eternally serving your lotus feet, but you never put your hand on her head. But you put your hand on my head now. Means devotees are more dear to Lord than anyone else. So it's a wonderful day. We pray Lord Narasimha give you protection. Help us to get out of this material disease so that we can become dear to the lotus feet of Supreme Lord, Radha and Krishna, Narasimha Deva. Lord Narasimha Deva Bhagavan ki jai. Bhakta Prahlad Maharaj ki jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Any questions you are welcome to ask.
I have a question.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. You mentioned that Lord Nrsimhadev appeared at midday, but I know like we fast till dusk. I mean normally like with all the other Vishnu Tattvas we fast till or we worship them at that time when they appear. How come with Nrsimhadev it's different?
Lord Narasimha appeared in the dusk after midday. Not before midday. This is Bhagavatam also mentions it. So that's why we fast. And the killing of the Lord Narasimha took place in the dusk time. Okay. So after the midday, you can break the fast. There's nothing wrong. But now we break because evening offers, we offer the Lord evening, then we take prasad. It's okay, man. Lord Sri Ram appeared in the midday, exactly 12 o'clock. So after midday we can break the fast. And Lord Sri Krishna appeared what time? Exactly midnight. And that's why we fast up to midnight. After that we break the fast. So Narasimha also after midday, if you break, no problem. 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, if you want to break, there's nothing wrong. So, in order to just as a pleasure evening bhog we offer to the Lord, then we take prasadam. Otherwise, normal 4 o'clock, nobody takes prasadam. Once you skip the time for 2 o'clock, then evening morning. But if you want to break the fast after 12, scripturally there is no injunction that is what time. When we wait up to the appearance time of the Lord. Maharaj can give more.
Say something, Namacharya.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. I don't know what I'm going to say. I'm like a fool in y'all's association. I want to thank both Maharajas, and I'd like to be in this company. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Gangeshwara? Say something. Say something.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you so much for coming. That's all I can say. Thank you for giving the association and blessings to all the devotees who are all together here on this auspicious day of Shri Nrsimha Caturdasi. Thank you, Maharaj, for blessing us with your grace. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
One of the ladies, you can fulfill your propensity and speak. Any lady like to say something at Nishingadev? Anyone bold enough? Yes? Both? Something about Nishingadev?
Not really about Lord Nishingadev. I want to say that I pray through both Rajas here that Lord Nishingadev may protect and bless me. And he will listen to you, his pure devotees.
Hare Krishna Raj. My question is just around the principle that Nishingadev will be our protector in this material world, but at the same time will remove material obstacles in our path of in our spiritual journey. I just have a bit of difficulty in understanding that. I was listening to a lecture this morning, actually just a short clip, where it said that Lord Ganesh is the one who removes material obstacles in the material world. So if you can just perhaps give me clarity in terms of the role that Nishingadev will play. Is it to remove obstacles in our path in the material world on our spiritual journey? I'm just confused about that. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. This is a very wonderful question. When you are still in the bodily consciousness, when you are still on the material platform, we do ask the Lord for make us free from the material impediments and all. At that time asking the Lord, nothing wrong. But as a devotee, as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, na dhanam na dhanam na sundarim kavitam va jagadish kamaye mama janmani janmani ishwar bhavata bhakti raheti. Srila Prabhupada and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu giving us pure devotional service. It is only in the Gaudiya Sampradaya that we don't ask the Lord even the liberation. Other than this Gaudiya Sampradaya, even Brahma Sampradaya, everyone wants I want to go to Vaikuntha, I want liberation. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu doesn't give, is not giving that type of devotion. Say that pure unconditional surrender to the Lord, just like a gopis. Gopis never wanted, when gopis are trying to stop Krishna going to Mathura, they all were lying down on the road. You want to go? Drive your chariot on us. How can you drive it? Akrura was afraid. They told Akrura, who gave you a name Akrura? Akrura means is not cruel. Akrura means cruel. Akrura means negative. But you are a cruel person. Your name should have been cruel. So Lord, finally, Krishna understood that it is not possible to pacify them. Krishna gave only two questions. Tell me, by stopping me from going to Mathura, you want to be happy. You like that one? By allowing me to go to Mathura, I will be happy. Which one you want it? You got it? Gopi said, no. We can suffer our life, but we don't want to see any sadness in our face. We want to see all the smiling face all the time. For the pleasure of the Lord, gopis, pure devotees, took all the trouble. They never asked the Lord to stop it so that we can get. As a devotees, especially in our Gaudiya Sampradaya, as a Srila Prabhupada mission, we don't ask the Lord anything at all. If we ask the Lord, they will remove it, depending upon how much we are surrendered. The Lord will fulfill our desires depending upon surrender, not just by asking. Okay? If we are really surrendered to Him and sincerely depending His mercy, then Lord will help us. And Lord always help us, we don't know. To the extent our surrender, our devotion to the Lord, Lord is always helping, taking care of us. Yogacchema Mahamyam, when Lord will take full care of Ananya Bhakti. fully surrendered, not having any material desire, only serving the Lord for His pleasure like gopis. Then after, when you see, means Ananya Bhakti means what? We are no more in the bodily consciousness. The devotional service is not related to the body, it is related to the soul. Body is the means for devotional service only. Not at all related to the body. As one becomes to the high level of the devotional service, as Maharaj just explained, getting purified, then we are not in the body consciousness. So long as we are in the bodily consciousness, we feel distress and happiness. Because we are in the material world. Duality. But when we transcend this body consciousness and situate in the Atma Bhuta Sthiti, which is soul proper, Srila Prabhupada translates, then no happiness, no distress. You are eternally situated in the transcendental blissfulness. So pure devotees, though they have some impediment, they don't feel it because the happiness, distress, cold winter or hot summer related to the body, not with the soul. So in the preliminary stage, we may ask the Lord. Lord will help depending upon our surrender. But if you want to progress in our life, better not ask anything, Lord. Lord, whatever you want to give, we accept it. That will help us to go back home. In the 10th canto, 14th chapter, 8th verse, we read, Lord Brahma says nicely, Tattenu kampam susamichamano bhunjana evatna krutam vipakam Vrut vag vapurbhi vidagan namaste jivetayo mukti pade sadaya bhakt. Say that Lord Brahma saying to Lord Krishna that, my Lord, those devotees who are surrendered to you, serving you, whatever the difficulties they come in their life, when they say that your anukampa, your mercy, I'm in trouble, I'm in happiness, it's all because of mercy of Radha and Krishna, Gauranitai. Understanding so, not complaining anything, it just undergoes the trouble. But with the heart, truth, walk and vapurvi, where the thought, word and deed, body is serving the Lord, Brahma says that they are qualified, it is going back to home in their birthright. While they are living in this material world, they are already qualified to go back to Vaikuntha, your abode. But when you ask the Lord for some benediction, material benefit, then our bhakti, like I go to supermarket and pay some money, I buy something. There is nothing to give and take, finished. I did some chanting, 100 round chanting, Lord, I have got in the trouble, take it out. There is nothing to give and take. But I don't ask the Lord anything. The Lord will be more concerned. Oh, this devotee never asking me anything. Then He will take care of us. So better not ask the Lord. So long as we are in the body consciousness, we feel the pain. We all are human beings. But a time will come, by the mercy of spiritual master and by the mercy of Krishna, a time will come, will transcend the body consciousness. I said practically, I told sometime here also in the class. When we are doing the Brajmandal Parikrama, many places very tough, those who are done. You know. And especially when we are going to the Adi Badri, 2 kilometers stretch is so tough it is. We have to climb it, and all the stones, small, sharp stones are there. We used to walk without shoe and all. Even Janivas Prabhu, Pankaj Jayangri also there. I saw the blood coming from their feet, but they are walking. Many devotees, you can see all the devotees who have done the Brajamandal Parikrama, you can see so many cuts in their heel and feet. And they don't stop it. They're getting more scratches, more pain. They say, Radhe, Radhe. Because they are not at all after this pain and pleasure, but they are only, the more pain, more tough, they sing glories of Lord. Radhe, 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 Radhe. Only they say Radhe, Radhe and moving out. After going there, nobody is sitting. It's a tough journey that day. Firstly, it is Ekadashi. 2 Ekadashi come during Brajamandal Parikrama, and 2 are tough. One is we have to go to Kedarnath and Badriya, then go to Barsana. 29 kilometers walk. And 9 and 10 o'clock they give 2 apples or 2 bananas. After 10 o'clock, if you reach there, you don't get it. And some devotees, they come very lazily, tired. And between 4 and 5, we have to reach there by 2:30, 3 o'clock location. Between 4 and 5, you get the prasadam. After 5 o'clock, they take everything back to Vrindavan. And if you miss, and those devotees, they miss the prasad. They miss the breakfast, they miss the lunch also. So what will happen? But still no complaint. They are happy. So just I'm giving this example, practical I've seen. When we are on the body consciousness, we feel pleasure. Some they sit, oh, I'm getting blood, that you put the band-aid, that and this, they won't even walk. But those who are devotees, depending on Radharani, standing more and more, they walk it. So when we have that feeling of the body, then, but think that, okay, Krishna will take it, let me. We will be free one day.
So thank you all. It's very nice. I think this will be the last gathering we're sort of having in outing for the next couple of weeks or months. We have to observe this protocol. We have to protect the reputation of ISKCON. And we don't want to be seen that we're relaxed or anything, so we just follow the management. This is what it means to be in an institution. The things are suggested. We don't have to follow, it's independent, we're independent, but we choose to. So the structure, and so for the time being there won't be a program. But we can have last kirtan, 5 or 10 minutes. Who can, and we can also stand up, no harm, and do our shuffle.
Can I ask something? So if there's not going to be temple program and public gatherings, would that mean services will stop?
Yeah.
Because sometimes I feel like when we're doing service, it's like only us here at temple. So why should that stop?
Hare Krishna. So we have to follow authority. So it's coming from the COVID team. They said the temple must go in a total lockdown. To protect us, protect the devotees at the temple, and protect ourselves as well, and to stop the spreading of this disease. So it's coming from the top. So just as Maharaj said, we have to accept that. It's coming from the government. So Srila Prabhupada said we shouldn't go against the laws of the government.
Good point. Like, in Vedic culture, they allow polygamy. What's wrong with it? Polygamy? 2 wives, 3 wives, 4 wives, but we don't follow it. Thank God. Ayu Kalalavi. So yeah, we have to follow when we're in the country. When in Rome, do as the Romans. We have to follow, and of course, I'm not the best person to say this, because I came to South Africa and it was apartheid. And I'm here illegally, and I'm sneaking around in the Indian areas, and I'm living in the Indian areas for 15 years. Tongat, Velam, North Coast, and that was completely illegal. And they chased me. 3 times they came to try to capture me. So I'm not the best person. But in general, we should try to follow the government laws. So we'll have kirtan. Who can sing? Someone? Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Hare Krishna, 5 or 10 minutes, and we can stand up and chant in front of the deities.